Yeah, maybe there's a little too much information, but the hard shift that I made a couple of videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to post them, but I had a real hard shift, and one of the hard parts of the shift was cleaning up cold browns that I had, a number of them, and let's just say body fluids and body whatever got onto my skin. You wash, you scrub. I'm gonna go home and scrub with disinfectant soap and all that, That happens. I mean, there's just no way kind of avoiding it unless you gear up completely, and that's possible. I mean, you could do that each time. Honestly, you're gonna sweat and do whatever. It's not that it's not something you really do all the time. Should you? Yeah. Our facility also recommends it. They're like, oh, if you think you're going to come in contact with body fluids, yeah, gear up. They want you to gear up. Realistically, can you do it and still do your job capably as a nurse? I'll be honest, I don't believe so. Okay, I don't believe so. That's again, I give you guys very blunt advice. Gear up when it's contact and droplets and all that stuff, don't get me wrong. But the everyday stuff, it's like cleaning up a baby or something like that. You're going to gear up, really? I mean, Hollywood has people gear up like that. But really, when you clean up your kids, did you do that? No. But these aren't your kids you're taking care of. You don't know what they have. So it is smart to gear up. But can you realistically gear up every time? I mean, let's say there's no contact or anything on the patient. It's just a regular, quote unquote, regular patient. You're not really going to gear up like that every time. You don't have the time, really. But so because I didn't, I was just cleaning the patient. He needed to be clean. I didn't want the patient to be sitting in their filth. I'm not complaining. I mean, it was just a little bit of whatever, but it freaked out the tech I was working with, and that's the point of this video. They were a nursing student. They are a nursing student. And maybe, I don't want to say a little green around the ears. I don't mean that. It's just that I've been trained by techs who have been doing this for 20, 30 years. Very good techs, very experienced techs, and they had their different techniques cleaning up, and I tried to teach the tech that I was working with some of those techniques. Each time I did a little different technique. Maybe she thought I was a little wacko, but I was trying to impart that knowledge without saying this is a lesson. I didn't want to be too condescending like that. But I was just like, okay, you could do it this way, you could do it that way, because it was very messy what we had to deal with. It wasn't formed, on the scale of the poop. It's all the way on the other end. It's dripping off the side. I forgot what that called. It's a B. I think it's a B word. Bear? Is it the bear scale? Is it scale for poop? There's a scale for poop. Actual scale with pictures. I shit you not. Not to be. No pun intended. That is no pun intended there. But I think it's the bear scale. Bear scale for poop. Anyway, it was on the other end. So yeah, all those cleanups were really trippy. So very gross. And I could tell she was like, both techs I had actually were kind of, they were like a little raw. So, I didn't have a problem. I got rolled up my sleeves, and probably shouldn't have, but I don't have any sleeves rolled up. But it got contact, let's say. So, it happens, and that's why I said to them, they're like, "Oh, it's on the foot, it's on the." I was like, "That's gonna happen, it's okay. Just wipe it, clean the patient, clean this. We'll roll it up, we'll isolate it, keep it from spreading, sop that stuff up. You got to get in there. And that's another reason why I highly suggest being a nursing assistant before or during your nursing school or before you become a nurse. So you see that on the side. It's like recently I've had a number of providers be also patients. Excuse me. Sorry, end of the shift. And they both, 2 or 3 of them, excuse me, they commented. They're like, "Wow, I have new respect or new knowledge." I guess they've never been patients before. I have been a hospital patient before, so yeah, I know that other side. I guess they never were. I was a little surprised. One was a little older, and one, was middle aged, let's say. And I was like, "You never been in a hospital as a patient?" They've lived their careers around it, but never been a patient. And this time they're being a patient, it opened their eyes. So I strongly suggest that it's good experience. So I suggest, as if you can, besides the fact that it's a avenue into whatever organization you want to work for, a hospital, acute care, whatever, it's also good to have the experience to see another viewpoint, another role that you're going to interact with. And there was another tech that I was working with that was environmental, and she got promoted. I guess I don't even say promoted. She got transferred to, she joined the techs through a training program, and that was good. She's pays higher, so it gave her appreciation of the different roles that people play. And same for me. I felt for the nursing tech and being a nurse, and yet last night's my nursing tech was also a nursing student, so she'll see that both sides, and I think that will enrich her. I didn't make that comment to her. She'll find it out on her own. I'm just saying this for you guys, so if you guys want one to get jobs, it's much easier if you're already working with them. They show them your work ethic, but also it rounds you out. You are not afraid. You're not hesitant. You move with confidence, and that bespeaks well. That bespeaks well for a lot of people. I know as an employer for myself, I like having unformed clay to mold with, but it also was good if I had somebody ready to slot in. That definitely helped. So it depended, I like both, frankly, but it depends on the job or unit that you're on, whether they want clay to mold or they just need someone to plug in. I think if you present yourself as both, it's even better. And that's, I think, where I presented myself to my manager, as I'm moldable, but I'm also reliable, mature, and ready, to go for a lot of different scenarios. So that was good. Okay. So hopefully that made sense. I'm not even sure. I'm tired. Bye.